once you've set the height for the material, put the blue device somewhere safe. Very easy to lose these, and they're quite expensive to replace. So place it somewhere pretty obvious nearby. I'm just going to drop it on the worktop, just there to the side. Okay, the cutting won't happen if the lid is open, so we'll just shut the lid and we're ready now to send the file across to the cutter. Okay, so I'm going to keep a hold of the camera just now because I need to move from one to the other. Okay, so let's have a look at the display here, and at the moment we've got 4 items on the display. Only number 1 is of interest to students. Okay, 2, 3 and 4 are used by the engineer or the technicians here to make changes to the machine. Okay, so we want to enter the work display. So you press the enter button, and the machine's just been switched on, so there's no work in the memory at the moment, so there's no jobs of none, so it's empty, and it's saying here that it's ready to receive the data. Okay, if this doesn't say ready, then I would advise you switch the machine off and back on until it stabilizes. If it still doesn't say ready, then report it as a fault. Looking at the PC just now, and depending on which PC you're using, it might be 3 OKs or it might be 4. Okay, but just once you've done the 4th OK, you should hear some bleeps. So that's 1 OK, 2 OKs, 3 OKs. We're okay with just 3 OKs there. So we had a bleep, bleep, bleep. Gap between those, the first bleep and the double bleep, is the complexity of the job. So if you've got a lot of engraving, you would find that that takes there's a much bigger gap between the single bleep and the double bleep. Okay, you can see now that we've got job 1 of 1, and we've got a message down here saying that the data is okay. So the job is ready to run. Okay, everything looks like it's all ready to go, but we're missing one thing, and that's the actual laser being switched on. So we turn the actual laser on, and the back of the machine then kind of springs into life. You'll hear the fans kick in all the way around the laser unit. That's the laser unit at the back. Make sure this fan, this intake here isn't blocked by anything. You need fresh air to come in and cool the laser down. So the laser needs a few seconds to warm up. I would say 15 to 20 seconds to make sure it's at a running temperature. Okay, and then we can go over to the control panel and press the run button. Just about legible. You can see the laser is dealing with the small stone details. Moved on to proper cutting, and you can see that it's much more dramatic. Okay, we've got some serious burning going on. Now if these little triangles are dropping out downwards, which is fine. If they were displaced and they came upwards, that would be more tricky. We'd have to try and get them out of the way. There's nothing to stop you at any time pausing the job. Okay, you can pause the job. Okay, it finishes the line it was cutting. You could lift the lid, clear any debris that was in the way, and then come back to the menu and let's see if we can focus. Resume. Okay. Okay, it's now onto the larger windows. We can see them dropping out. Okay, the order of the cutting is really important. You don't want the main objects to move if there's still detailed work to be done. Okay, so it's not till the very end that we free up the main shapes. Okay, so now it's onto the main shapes. Those small notches for trusses to fit into. You can tell here we've got the power levels pretty bang on. Everything's dropping out nicely. We're not going to need to do much tidying up afterwards. And then the last 3 bits of the model. Okay, the notches, and there should be a base plate. Should finish off with a large base plate. Okay, and that should be the job done. Now this is when you need to look closly at the work and decide if you need to run anything again. You know, if you think something's not been cut properly, then you can run an individual colour. So let's say we wanted to run just the blue again. Okay, we then need to go back to the screen. So it's plot, and so it's plot, properties, custom properties. We need to go to the job tab, and then if I just want to cut the blue objects, I need to disable black, red and green. So I've only got a tick on blue. So we go to OK, OK, OK. The plot goes straight to the machine pretty quickly. Okay, on the display now you can see we've got 2 jobs sitting there, but at the moment it's still on job number 1. So we use the next button to move to the next job. So press the next button once. You can see we're on job 2 of 2 now. The data for job number 2 is OK. Press enter and it will just cut the blue.